Hi, my name's Lauren, and today we're going to try me filming myself in my kitchen instead of having a camera person. So it could get a bit weird. And my light up there, now that I can see myself, is really aggressive. So I apologize to you guys for having to watch that. So today we're going to make some Amaretti cookies, which are almond based, and they're the perfect type of cookie to add to your cookie exchange for Christmas. Since you can't really do anything else during lockdown, you might as well bake and then give it away so you don't have to eat it all. Okay, so we're gonna take a second here. So when your egg whites start to kind of look like this, if you're at like a medium, you can turn it up a little bit, okay? And it's gonna start to aerate those eggs a little bit more. This is what's gonna make your cookie fluffy. Okay. Oh, I just found this little remote so that I can film myself. And it's so handy, I feel so technical. So now we have our egg whites, and they've like, I don't know, 3 times their size. They're huge and they're fluffy. And we don't want to lose this air that's in them. So anything that we're adding into them, we're gonna fold it in. So now what we can do is we can start to fold in our sugar and our almond flour. We need a pinch of salt. So there's 2 cups of sugar in here. There is 4.5 cups of almond flour. And we're just going to put all that into like 3 parts and then fold it into our egg white mixture. Oh no! Lost my egg white. Shh, don't tell anybody. Okay. We fold along, and you don't want to like completely incorporate it every time you fold in, because once again we want to keep as much of that air as we can. Okay, and one more. We're actually going to do all this. They're so easy to come together. And then right before you're almost done mixing, so when it's like that kind of consistency, we're going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice and 1 tablespoon of almond extract. Now, almond extract is very potent, so you don't need very much. And then you just continue to fold it all in, make sure it's all well incorporated. But you're not losing all of that fluffiness from your egg whites. Okay? And then once it's kind of in a cohesive but like gritty dough, we're gonna start to make our cookies. Okay, so now 2 things are gonna happen. First, you're gonna set your oven to 300 degrees. And then second, we're gonna start to roll our cookies. So, as I'm discovering, this is a hard thing for me to film for you guys. So we're gonna do this as best as we can. And we can still hear Peter's typing in the background. Supposedly, he's trying to type like I can indoor speak. So it's not quieter than it actually is. And it sounds really fake as well. But that's just what it is.
That's you being loud.
That's you being loud? Correction, he's trying to be loud so that you guys can hear him and feel super impressed by his typing abilities. This is what we both are like when we're working from home. I don't know if it's a good thing. I don't know if it's healthy for us. Okay, so you're gonna make your cookies, and like Amaretti cookies are tiny-ish. They're like 2-inch balls, okay? So you're gonna roll your cookies into the ball of your shape. Don't overwork the dough, and then just roll it in some confectioner sugar. So there's no amount of confectioner sugar, okay? So just like make like a mound, and you're just gonna roll it in it. You take your ball, and you place it on your cooking sheet. And I'm gonna do one more with you guys, and then I'm gonna show you what a tray looks like when it's done. So just roll. I like to give my cookies a little pat so that it helps them get a little bit smaller, like not as tall and ball-like, more like they have a flat base when they're being cooked. Okay, so we're gonna make our second tray together. And if you ever wondered what it was like to bake in a gym, you're now experiencing it, because my condo is a gym right now. And Peter's just working out behind us. So if you hear any strange noises, it's just bench press happening in our living room. Oh, the COVID life. So how are your holiday plans changing because of COVID? It's interesting when I listen to people talk about like what they're going to do for the holidays, and some people are like, oh, well, I'm not doing anything. And other people are like, oh, well, we're doing like 9 different family things because everybody's keeping small gatherings. But you're still seeing a lot of people. How do you feel about that? We're currently re-entering a new lockdown in Toronto. And with that, I don't really know. My lifestyle didn't really change when we exited lockdown. So like going into another lockdown doesn't really do anything, but maybe it affects your like holiday plans. They kept daycares open though this time, so maybe it's a little bit easier. It's a strange world we lived in. I can't believe, I think back to it and it's been like 8 months. It's been since March. Soon it's gonna be a year. We're closer to it being a year of COVID than not. Isn't that wild? Oh, so your cookies are gonna go in the oven for 30 minutes, 30 to 35 minutes. You don't wanna overbake them. They need to be like, kind of like hard on the outside, but really chewy on the inside. Don't you love when I just like can't keep a solid conversation? It's just a whole bunch of randomness. This is what happens when I don't socialize for a long time. I also stopped doing my hair, obviously. And are you laughing at my hair? He's just happy when I wash my hair, because at least that happens when, I don't know, when I remember, pretty much, just when I remember. I feel like we're all getting a little bit more comfortable being antisocial, or maybe I'm getting a little bit more comfortable being antisocial, so I assume everybody else is feeling what I feel. It's strange because this is the first time I've gone, it'll be almost a year, or it's probably the longest I've gone without traveling, maybe ever. But I know a lot of us enjoy our traveling and vacations, especially as it starts to get colder here. Now we've got to go a year without that. So how are you keeping your like stress down and your anxiety down without going on an actual vacation? Are you able to disconnect the same way? You can always email me your answers. Yeah, that's always an option. Tell me how your cookie baking went. Tell me what cookies you're baking if you're not going to bake this type. Okay. Well, I'm almost done this tray. I think I have like 3 more cookies left to do. And then I'll show you guys what they're like when they're coming out of the oven. I'm really excited for them. I know you will be too. So it's been 34 to 30 minutes depending on your oven. And I took them out of the oven, and they should be kind of like golden at the bottom, but you shouldn't really be able to see it from the top. So my first batch, I overcooked them a little bit, but then my second batch, I watched them a little closer, and they should be, you know, kind of starting to go that kind of golden color at the bottom, but you shouldn't be able to see it from the top. And they're powdery deliciousness. So I hope you bake a batch for your holiday treat exchange, or your Christmas favors, or Hanukkah favors, or whichever holiday you are celebrating. and have a lovely day.